Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to film my postpartum fitness journey. I just wanted to tell you guys how I achieved my goals, what I did, what things I did when I plateaued, and how I really went from, I gained 50 pounds in my pregnancy and I lost 60 pounds total. So I'm actually about 10 pounds lighter than I was before I got pregnant with Cannon. So Cannon is almost 18 months old, so this did not happen overnight. He'll be 18 months in a week. And I really probably didn't even get back down to my pre-pregnancy weight around 9 months, between 6 and 9 months. And I know that's kind of a big difference, but between 6 and 9 months, I really lost like that extra 5 pounds between my pregnancy weight and now. So when I started working out, I gained 50 pounds with Cannon. When I went to my 6-week checkup, I still had 15 pounds to lose. So I do have big babies, so a lot of the weight does kind of come off in the hospital and in between that time, but I'd still had 15 pounds to lose. And at 7 weeks, I went to a hot yoga class. And my number one tip for losing weight is finding something you love. So I enjoyed the hot yoga, but some of the girls there were like, try out bar class. And if you know what bar class is, it's just where you do high reps, small weights, and it's a full body workout. And I loved it. Like, I mean, I got addicted to it. It was my girl time. It fed into my, like, everything. I was going 5 times a week and it was kid friendly. There was classes I could bring Cannon with me to. So really, if you find something you love, you're going to enjoy working out. And I started that, I was 7 weeks postpartum, so I think I started that in September. And I did that September all the way till February. And I remember, so that was right at 6 months. Cannon was 6 months, and I had been working out a ton and trying to eat healthy here and there, but I didn't eat healthy during the holidays whatsoever. And I was kind of frustrated because I remember I went to try on swimsuits and it just, my body still wasn't quite where I wanted it to be. Or it wasn't even that it was quite where I wanted it to be. Everything was just still soft, and I'd been putting in a lot of work. So I joined this program called Fit in 6. And that's what really pushed me and motivated me. It was a 6-week workout program. They gave you food, nutrition, and everything to follow too. And I lost 8.5 inches during that program. I don't know the weight because I hadn't gone to the doctor to weigh myself. I don't weigh myself very often actually, but I lost 8.5 inches just by mixing in cardio with my bar classes. So bar has cardio in it and a lot of toning, but I would do Zumba on Thursdays or Mondays or go on long walks. So with mixing like a little more cardio in with the bar, I lost those 8.5 inches. I went from a size, I've always been like a size 4'6", but 4s were kind of too tight. Like if it wasn't anything stretchy, I'd be more on the size 6 side. I was always a size I was always a size medium in tops. I always wore a size between a size 27 and 28 in jeans. And after this, and since then, so since like March, April, I'm strictly like in small tops. I wear strictly size 4, and now I am even in size 26 jeans. So I don't even know if the weight came off really in that part, but that's where my body changed, was in those 8.5 inches, like areas I didn't realize could even get smaller. Like, you know, my chest got smaller, my arms got smaller, my thighs, like everything, including my waist. But just by really focusing on watching what I was eating, and by when I say that, I mean calorie counting. Losing weight's pretty simple. I don't mean that in an offensive way, but it is calories in versus calories out. If you are burning more calories than you are consuming, you're gonna lose weight. So you can, if you're gonna work out and you're having heavy workouts, you can eat more, and on days you don't work out, you don't need 1,600 calories. Your body just doesn't, especially if you have a job where you sit at the computer all day. If you're not running after toddlers and very active, your body just doesn't need a lot. So it's calories in versus calories out. And you eat so much more than you think you do. So I was tracking everything on MyFitnessPal, and honestly, I just try to stay in between 1,200 to 1,600 calories a day. It just depends if I'm working out or not. If I don't work out, I don't eat as heavy, and if I work out, then I allow myself some more calories, because on an average, I try to burn 400 calories when I work out. So I did those things, and I want to say I had like the last like 7 pounds. I was back down to my pre-pregnancy weight, but I wanted to weigh a little less. I knew I could, if I focused in on nutrition, that I could get off like 5 to 7 pounds more and I would be good. Like, that was my goal. And so that's really when I implemented intermittent fasting. And this made a huge difference with my nutrition, because my biggest struggle is I have a huge sweet tooth. I crave sugar like crazy. I work part-time, so it was especially those days I was out of the house at my work. I work at a hospital, so people are always bringing in bagels for breakfast, pizza for lunch, chocolate. Like around the holidays, it was tons of chocolate. Coming up for Valentine's Day, there's gonna be so much chocolate. And I was a person that didn't say no. I didn't say no. I didn't have the willpower for that. So the more you eat sugar, the more you crave it. So I'd crave sugar at night. My husband loves ice cream. We'd get ice cream. And I mean, I still was small, like back to my pre-pregnancy weight. So I can eat whatever I want and stick at 155 pounds. So I'm 5'10". My weight with eating however I want, doing whatever I want, is 155 pounds. I weigh 145 now. I'm 5'10", so I know some of you will be like, that sounds a lot. It's really just on your body type. So I weigh 145 now, just from intermittent fasting and cutting back on the sugar. That's what really helped it for me. I cut back creamer. Creamer was a big one. I loved creamer in my coffee. Now I'll do like almond milk creamer. I will measure it out, 2 tablespoons, because if you're intermittent fasting, you can't have more than 50 calories during your fast. Or even since then, I was able to cut it back to almond milk and stevia. So just that little change was extremely hard. So I just worked on one change at a time, because if you do things really, really fast and implement this thing and try to work out 5 times a week and try to eat clean 5 days a week, it's just too much. So I really focused on one thing at a time. Once I knew I was like in a workout routine, then I focused on nutrition. And the first thing I could do to focus on nutrition was cutting sugar. So I did that, and that really helped, and it really helped my energy levels. And intermittent fasting, if you don't know, is just where you fast for a certain period of the day and you eat for a certain period of the day. And I think the most common is fast for 16 hours, eat for 8 hours. And I know that sounds intense, but your fast is literally while you're sleeping, plus then some when you wake up. So when I started out, I fasted from 7 at night till 11 the next day. So I'd wake up in the morning and I would have my coffee. I'd measure out my creamer or my almond milk, because you can't have more than 50 calories. And then I just waited to eat till 11, and it really wasn't that big of a deal. It takes a couple days to get used to it if you're used to waking up and having a really heavy breakfast. But other than that, your body really adjusts. You have so much more energy, and you don't crave as much sugar because you're not constantly triggering your body to produce insulin. And so that really helped me. I noticed a huge difference in my bloating. My stomach became flat, because the hardest thing for me is my stomach and midsection area. Those were the hardest things I want to tone up, and I'm still working on it. Like, I do not have anywhere near a 6-pack. I do not have abs. Still don't have abs, because my diet's what I'm working on. But as they say, abs are made in the kitchen. It's the hardest part. So once I got intermittent fasting out of the way, I was just kind of, the bloating and my stomach hurting, I decided to cut out dairy. I was eating cheese on things, so I don't really eat any dairy. And it's more just kind of testing things and seeing what your body responds to. I tried cutting out gluten. I do as minimum gluten as possible, but it's just what your body needs. So my body, I feel my stomach feels so much better when I'm intermittent fasting and not putting food in it all day, and when I don't have dairy. So I just concentrate on little changes at a time. And then the other biggest thing I would say is you have to realize that it's your choice. When I've just started this part since the holidays this year. After the holidays, I was getting really sick because I was eating whatever I want. I was like, I'm at my goal weight. No, I got to 145. I wasn't working out as much. I was going crazy during the holidays, and I got back up to 150. And I just didn't feel good. It made me feel personally bad about myself again. And so then I'm like, okay, I knew the steps to take to get the weight off. So I did all that, but then my hardest thing was work. And I'm like, I have the power to say no. It's my choice. So now when there's a bagel at my work, no, it's not worth it. It's not. The sugar you consume makes you feel worse in the long run than it does in that moment. And I will still treat myself. I'll have some pieces of dark chocolate, you know, maybe multiple times a week. And you know what, on Saturday, if we're going to date night and we want to go have pasta, I'll have dairy then. But 80% of the time, I'm eating as clean as possible. And then the other 20% of the time, I am having small things I want here and there. So I'm not feeling completely limited. And that I can still take my son out to ice cream and enjoy some ice cream. I think it's really just setting goals and then taking one step at a time to achieve them. Finding something you love that you want to do. That's what helped me the most. It helped my self-esteem. It helped me. I didn't realize how bad I felt until I was going somewhere that just made me feel so good. I just, you know, even if I'm not at my goals, I'm like, I don't care. Look how far I've come. I might not have abs, but I'm healthy. I'm working out. It really matters how you feel. So you just have to find what makes you happy and what's gonna make you keep going. And then I would definitely say, if you're really trying to lose fat and lose weight, you have to track your macros, or not even your macros, your calories. Macros help, especially if you're really trying to be precise, but counting your calories. MyFitnessPal's free. It just, you know, there's so much more calories and things you don't realize, or just because something's healthy, you know, you think, oh, I'm gonna snack on these nuts, and then you go put them in and you're like, oh, I just had 300 calories and almonds, and you thought you were being healthy. You just have to be mindful and not eat out of boredom and snacking out of boredom. And intermittent fasting, I think, really helps that. If anyone's hit a plateau in their journey, I would definitely recommend intermittent fasting. I'm sorry if you can hear my dogs in the background. But intermittent fasting is really what helped me push past that last plateau. And I would say the last thing is have someone or something that keeps you accountable and to help you stay motivated. So for me, it was the community classes. Just have to make little switches here and there to really see the results in the end. And as I said, this didn't happen quickly. It took me, it took me over a year. And then now working on that diet part, it's almost at 18 months, and I'm still making subtle changes throughout the whole process. So I don't want you to think that it's gonna happen overnight. You know, I gain a lot of weight in my pregnancies, and a lot of it comes off fast, but losing 25 pounds in 9 months, 9 to 12 months, that's a lot of weight. And I worked extremely hard for it. And 25 pounds doesn't seem like it would take that long, maybe, I would think, but I worked out extremely hard for that 25 pounds. And I've seen my whole body change just with doing, you know, some cardio and then doing light weights, sorry, I can't talk, light weights and high reps, and just doing things that I wouldn't used to do. Push-ups, yoga, doing YouTube videos, looking at YouTube videos, you know, going on lots of walks, maybe going and doing the stair step or elliptical at the gym. I still don't like a lot of cardio, but HIIT to burn fast. You can do so much HIIT training, cardio bar, but you have to work your muscles too. You just can't do cardio. Cardio will help get the weight off, but working your muscles is what's going to change the shape of your body. That is why I can wear smalls now when I was always a medium, even though there's like 5 pounds difference. It's because I lost inches and changed the shape of my chest. So just really incorporate some of that into your workout and find something you love. Make small changes over time and try intermittent fasting if you're up for it. I mean, try intermittent fasting if you're at a plateau, just to maybe break that plateau. And I guarantee you, your weight's gonna come off if you're watching your calories, working out, and making healthy changes or substitutions for things in your diet. I could film a what I eat in a day if you guys are interested in that. Let me know below. Thank you so much for watching. As always, like this video, comment down below, please subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.